Hey everybody, JC here with another TNI toy review, and today we're taking a look at the new The Hobbit The Desolation of Smaug 6-inch Azog figure from the Bridge Direct. These new Desolation of Smaug toys from the Bridge Direct are expected to start hitting Toys R Us shelves any day now. You can actually pre-order the 6-inch figures at toysrus.com, which they state there on the website that the figures will start shipping on November 5th. This particular figure was provided to us by the folks at the Bridge Direct so that we could review it for you. So let's start this review off with a look at the new packaging. You can see a change from the previous movie packaging. Now instead of the brown colors we have blues and golds. At the top of the packaging is a picture of a mountain range, which looks like images of the dwarves hiking up the mountainside. And then as you scan down towards the bottom of the packaging, you'll see gold, the gold room where Smaug hangs out in the movie. The figure is clearly displayed on the blister card along with its accessories, so you can see what you're getting when you're buying it. Look for any kind of paint errors or anything like that. But nicely displayed the way the figure is nicely displayed in the packaging, so you can clearly see what you're getting. Then on the back, we have the title of the movie, along with a brief synopsis of the movie in both English and French, I think, or some language that I don't speak. And then below that, we have pictures of the 3 6-inch figures that are initially coming out for this line. Legolas, Azog, and Radagast are the 3 6-inch figures. Okay, now that we've looked at the packaging, let's get her open and take a look at the figure inside. Okay, so here's a look at the figure outside of the packaging. Right off the bat, you'll see that the Bridge Direct has done a nice job with the detailing on the sculpt. The line increases on his forehead, chest, arms, and legs are nicely sculpted on there. They've even got some forehead creases on his face, which is nice. I think the face sculpt is really pretty dead on to the character. And then what I really like is the detailing and the sculpting on his tunic. I don't know if there's something behind this, but if you look closely on his tunic, it looks like he's got like little faces sculpted on it, on both the back and the front. Again, I don't recall there being a story about having faces sculpted on there, but you can definitely tell that there is some type of like face work sculpted on the leather pieces that he's wearing. And then even on his like boots, he's got some nice detailing. The paint job makes it look like a rusted metal on his shin guards, which is nice, and then his brown boots underneath that. He's got the stick that he's using for his cut-off hand, which is nice. A lot of detail shading on that, and that is removable. You can take that off. It's too bad they didn't kind of give him like a hand, an interchangeable hand, so you could have him before he had his hand cut off. But the stick is actually removable. It just sits in there. And then his other hand, he's got the wrist guards, which again, nice detailing, nice metallic looking rusted metal paint, and just a really nice job overall with the sculpt. I really like the look of this figure. Okay, and besides the removable stick for hand, he also comes with this bone mace. You can see there's some nice detailing on it, leather wrappings on the handle, and then some nice sculpting work and paint work to make the blade part of the mace look like it's actual bone. So some nice detailing there. Okay, so now let's take a quick look at the articulation on this figure. Overall, it's pretty basic articulation. For the head, he can look left and right. He has very little up or down movement. The head basically seems to be attached with some kind of ball peg, but there's no hinge or anything there, so he has very little up or down movement. Shoulders are attached with ball hinge joints, so he's got rotation there at the shoulders. The elbows are single hinged. His good hand, he can swivel, and then his stick hand obviously has no swivel, but as I mentioned before, is removable. Now, one thing I do want to notate that I just kind of noticed doing this review is that you'll notice this piece of plastic sticking out at the bottom of his elbow. Basically what it is the stick, that's supposed to be the stick going all the way through his arm and coming out the bottom, which is a cool touch. Now, of course, the bottom part is not removable, so if you take off the top part, he's still got that piece sticking out. But still, I think it's a nice little touch for the figure. He's got swivel at the waist, but no ab crunch. And then his legs have minimal movement due to the leather piece. He can't really move his leg much back or forward or outwards. The leather piece just restricts the movement too much. And then his knees are single jointed and really have very little movement down. That's about as far down as you can get the knees to bend. And then finally the feet have a swivel hinge joint. They don't pivot very much. In fact, they don't really pivot at all, but you do have some up and down movement and left and right movement with the feet. So overall, very basic articulation with this figure, but still, I think a very solid figure in general. Okay, so I don't have any other Bridge Direct 6-inch figures to give you a size comparison. I did, however, pull out my old Toy Biz Lord of the Rings Sauron figure to give you kind of a size comparison. Pretty impressed that the electronics on this figure still work, but just to give you an idea of the size between the old Toy Biz Lord of the Rings figures and the new Hobbit figures from the Bridge Direct. And then also here is the Bridge Direct's The Goblin King, which obviously this figure is done to be in scale with the 3¼ inch figures, but just to kind of give you a size comparison between those two as well. So overall, I think this is a pretty solid figure with some nice detailing. I really like the detailed work on the leather pieces with like the faces appearing on it. I'm not really sure what the story behind that is. And I guess I'm not even 100% sure they're supposed to be faces, but that's definitely what it looks like on both the front and the back. You can kind of see like little eyes and mouths and such. So I think that's just cool detailing. And then I like the paint work. I like how they've made the metal look like rusted metal pieces on his shin guards and his wrist guard. I think that's nice detail. And then just the overall white pearl effect of his skin looks good, and his eyes. Yeah, I think they did a good job with all of that. So if you've been collecting the 6-inch figures for the Hobbit movie from the Bridge Direct, then I definitely think this is one that's going to fit in nicely with your collection. I also think this should fit in pretty nicely if you collected the old Lord of the Rings 6-inch figures from Toy Biz. Then I think this should fit in nicely with that as well. So that's my review. As I said, these should start hitting shelves any day now at Toys R Us, and they should start shipping from ToysRUs.com starting on November 5th. So keep an eye out, and I hope you enjoyed this review, and until next time, I'll catch you later.